So much.
Alright, I think we should be good to go. There we go. Alright. Sorry, I lost track of time. And yeah, I didn't have the screen set up because we're down Scotch not tonight. So, how's it going, Sammy? How is everybody doing tonight? It's been 2 weeks. Last week, was definitely fantasy wasn't feeling all good, and I had a very rough day at work. So I was definitely not really was not mentally capable of trying to think and can work on a D&D game that night. So we are back tonight. Scotch is not with us.
Nope, I didn't either.
She had
Scotch is just gonna hide in
Yeah.
Escalade's backpack the whole night.
So,
She's tired. We
Tired.
fought a dragon. It wore her out.
So we're gonna. So last session 2 weeks ago, the group ended up working that kind of getting up into the center of the. I guess I shouldn't really call it a. Whatever it's called.
Labyrinth.
A labyrinth, because it really wasn't a labyrinth. That was in my head kind of what it was.
You were going for kind of like the look, just to give us.
Yeah, kind of the look of it.
Besides, if you call it labyrinth too many times, we might invoke David Bowie again.
Who's got the Ouija board?
So they got to the center of the whatever you would like to call it. They ended up fighting a dragon, defeating said dragon, and then they took a long rest in the cave that the dragon lived in or was staying at, and that is where we ended our session. So if you have not taken a long rest yet, please go ahead and do that now, so you will have all spell slots back. All health should be back. The whole kick and caboodle. But
is it kick and caboodle?
I honestly
Kit and caboodle. I thought.
Kit and
Kit and
caboodle.
Caboodle, yeah.
So, other than that, I mean, that's you guys did meet Mr. I don't want to call him Treebeard, but Mr. Treant last session as well. He is not seen at the current moment.
See, I thought maybe he'd come see about the fact that we just killed the dragon, but I guess not.
Or still be there.
He was walking.
We did take a long rest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's got
he was walking away when you guys kind of did go to the end of the cave too. So, what do you guys want to do? What do you guys think you want to do? Can everybody be heard on stream? I guess all my audio mixers are on, so shouldn't have any issue.
Are we gonna just say that we've eaten and everything else and we're ready to go?
Unless we really feel we need to roleplay that. Which if there's a reason we can. But...
I don't think I wouldn't say there's any reason unless there's something specific you want to do.
Not that I can think of.
All right. So, I mean, there's really only one way out. So that's kind of back through the path that you guys took up there. I mean, it's definitely going to be, like I said, it took a few hours to get to that location from the last spot that you guys had that cross at in the bush path, I guess we can call it. So as you guys walk back along that path, you guys can hear the treant in the distance kind of continuing on his watch. Can't think of what the words right now.
Patrol.
The patrol. And you notice that you're starting to notice more and more of those goldish colored leaves on the ground.
And that's a failure of a perception check.
Oh, I'm
Yep,
on the wrong
there's a
screen.
lot of gold. There's a lot of gold. There's a lot of gold leaves on the ground.
I got 14.
I'm opening things up.
I got 19, so
Hey, somebody succeeded.
Oh wow. Oh, you guys were messing around with rolls earlier and I didn't realize it. Brax kind of gets down and kind of starts picking up the leaves in his hands. They actually kind of have, I mean, they're not, they have just a slight weight to them, so like it feels like they're not truly an actual like leaf off of a tree, but it almost feels like it's lifelike. It actually, like, you can kind of feel almost like a heartbeat coming through these leaves. And then as you kind of handle it, that kind of just dies off.
that's odd.
What's
Guys, this
odd?
thing
What you
feels like
got?
it has a. This guy feels like it had a heartbeat for a minute, and then it just stopped.
Think possibly fell off that tree end.
That's as good a theory as any. I've never heard of a leaf having a heartbeat. I feel like we should find that guy.
I'm up for it. We cannot hear you, Mel.
Oh, we gotta find Treant and give him his heart back? I mean, leaves fall off the tree all the time. Every year, as far as I know.
They're not living. They-
Well, they are, but not quite that way.
well, yeah.
Some druid you are, the trees aren't alive. Oh, man.
Don't get all environmentally on us, Druid.
And as you guys are having this conversation, Braxis sees a quick golden flash in front of them, about 50 feet in front.
Did you guys see that?
See
That
what?
flash of light over there.
No, but
I don't know.
It's
Did
got
I
weird-
see it? Let's see.
I know for a fact I didn't.
With
Nope.
a 10,
Nope.
I probably did not see anything.
Driz does not see anything.
Driz is still too busy trying to poke this heart leaf with a stick, I guess.
I'm gonna check it out if
So-
anyone wants to follow.
Braxis walks up to about 50 feet down the path, and you actually kind of like you see more of the leaves kind of going like across the path, and like from one side of the bush to the other bush. And as you're kind of investigating and looking around the bushes, it almost looks like something like you can actually almost see like almost like a human form going through the bushes.
A human form, you said?
It has like a human look to it.
Are they moving quick? Well, we don't know if it's a them or what, but how quickly was it moving? Like, can I sneak up on it, or
No,
is it
I mean
too quick for
it's
that?
you saw the
Too quick for that?
yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna continue in that direction. I don't know that if anyone ended up following me or not.
And Driz probably fouled. She's easily distracted. Ooh,
Rock-
what's going on
rocks.
over here?
Rox followed because he figured the two of you needed looking after.
All right, so I'm gonna continue towards them. Okay.
So you're gonna climb through the bushes?
Oh shit.
Like you actually have to go through the because like let's say like I'm walking down the path. It went this way. Like so it was going like through the bushes.
I bet there's one party member you could convince to do that.
Yeah, I can. Let's.
See if I can roll a perception. If I can get anything else off of.
You know, do druids have any manipulate
wrong thing.
flora kind of spells?
Not that I am aware. At least
I know
not that
some
I
of the
have.
spells like you can manipulate stone and turn it to sand and stuff like that, but
I think they might, but it depends on whether or not she's actually picked any.
Yeah, I don't think I've got that.
Cubby does a 20 perception check. Give me any more information about the guy going through the bushes.
As you're looking, like as you're kind of doing more of a look through the bushes, like you actually can kind of like see that it ends up going to the next like kind of the aisle over, and it kind of like it almost looks like you can kind of see more of the leaves kind of coming off of it going south, which is the same direction that you guys are actually walking at the same time. But you do, as you kind of get, like, as you're kind of, like, leaning into the bush, you notice it has almost has, like, a magical feel to it. Like, it looks abnormal. Now, I don't want to say abnormal, but it looks, it's kind of like it. I can't think.
does it have like a shimmer to it?
Yeah,
or
almost like a golden shimmer.
I was gonna see if my Arcana would reveal anything, but even with +6, I rolled a 7, so I'm guessing all I got.
Crit
was
fail.
You probably
memory.
can't tell. You probably can't tell what the source of that magic is.
It's bright.
There's magic in them there bushes, I think, but I'm not sure.
I was gonna say I can cast a detect magic and see if I've.
This is where we all make Scotch redneck at there again. I done found magic, y'all. So
Rox is going to investigate as everybody's
what
kinda looking around for this
so as far as we can tell, we're just
and fail.
seeing Brax stick his head into some leaves. Like that's all the rest of us are seeing right now.
Pretty much, like he's like,
Okay.
it looks like half his body is like kind of like going through the bushes.
Driz pushes him further into the bushes.
Do I need
Brax,
to do a check to make sure I
do
didn't
it-
fall or?
do an athletics check.
Oh, which one?
An athletics check.
Athletics. And a nat 1. So yeah, I just fell into the bushes.
You fell into the bushes, and it's actually a -1. So yeah, it was. You don't have. You're not athletic whatsoever.
No, I'm not.
Roll me a D3. Yeah, a D3. Just a roll or exclamation point roll. D3. Yeah.
Do I need to space it?
Yeah.
There we
There
You take 2 damage.
Burn.
Woo!
go. Nice.
You
just
you got
right behind you.
What the heck? What the heck, Driz?
Look, now you're not half-assing it anymore.
Rox just kind of shakes his head.
What do you see?
and
If anything,
roll me another perception check.
Just
Gotcha.
lots of bushes.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I
like
was
this
gonna
far
say.
from my eye.
No, I can roll perception tonight. Apparently, it's the only thing I can roll.
Because the rest of us can't.
And at this point, you actually see a creature. Kind of looks like a woman, kind of like kind of walking towards you. Gold in color, like kind of just like covered in leaves.
You guys need to get in here and see this.
And she's not like, she doesn't look like she's gonna attack you. She doesn't look.
She's
Like,
not threatening at all.
She doesn't look very threatening at all. She's just kind of like slowly like looking at you and just kind of laughs.
Laughs.
She kind of
Well,
does that little.
He did just kind of fall flat on his face.
You are not having. You got Driz
It
laughing
would be-
behind
it
you.
would
You
be
got
a
this
valid
bitch laughing in your
response.
face. Like everybody's just laughing at you today.
What languages do you speak, Brax?
Infernal and Common.
All right. So you, even if she did try talking to you, you wouldn't understand it.
I
Is
would
she
have to.
talking-
Do,
Oh,
I
you
could do telepathically.
you do have that, you could talk, because don't you have that spell that you can talk to almost anything.
Yeah, as long as they speak a language.
Is she talking loud enough that we can hear her outside, or really quiet?
It'd be kind of quiet.
Okay, so we probably.
So she kind of looks at you and goes, "Was it you that destroyed that dragon?" So I had to lean in to make sure you can actually hear it.
It was me and my friends. Yes.
More like it was Driz. Oh, I forgot to mute my mic.
Honestly, if Driz hadn't knocked the dragon or hadn't stunned the dragon, we probably would have lost.
Yeah, if
that
it wasn't
fight.
for the stun and V's critical on that dragon,
Right.
the critical was huge.
Hey, I died and got resurrected. So I mean, I put a lot of work in.
You just got knocked unconscious. Be careful when you say you die in D&D. Otherwise, necromancers are gonna come out of the woodwork for you.
We don't want that to happen.
Rox definitely doesn't want that to happen. He's got enough problem with necromancers.
You all saved this land. He would bring humans back from random locations and just devour them. You are the hero.
Meanwhile, the rest of us are all sitting here going, "What's going on?"
I was gonna say, when I said, "Come on, guys," did you guys come, or are you guys still on the other side of the bushes?
I assumed we were still on the other side of the bushes.
And then she goes, "I do want to apologize for entangling your friends yesterday."
That was you.
Yes. You seemed discomfort to me and my allies. But now that we know what you did, you bring peace to this forest. The fog has been lifted. And she kind of quickly goes back into the bushes.
What's up, Brax?
Yeah.
You got quiet.
Okay, so
Yeah, because they're speaking telepathically, so we
Exactly.
wouldn't be hearing
Yeah.
any of this.
Well, I think I killed Brax. Let's
killed
move on.
Brax. all right, I'm gonna come back out of the bushes and fill these guys in on. I don't know what she was, but
Describe her.
kind of a shimmering gold light. She spoke to me telepathically.
Anything else? I mean, Cubby gave you more of a description than that. So.
I didn't know they had one of those fancy lady houses in there. Ask a man, you should go in.
I think she might have been a wood nymph, but
Juster, I just posted a picture in the chat, in the Good for Gaming channel. If you
yeah,
want,
leaves. I mean, kind of dressed in leaves, a goldish brown color.
Yeah, sounds like
Um,
a wood nymph.
So she's sorry for entangling us, first off, and she's thankful that we killed the dragon.
Did she give you anything
Go
good?
back.
She gave us nothing,
Yeah.
but thanks.
Thanks ain't gonna buy me nothing.
You did
I'm
just get 100 gold.
Yeah, but
She
you
didn't
don't
give us
know
that. She just yeah.
You think that was
I'm
her
kind of
fault?
with Driz. I want some shiny,
Finders keepers. She yells at the bush.
Brock just kind of shakes his head.
So I wonder, well, these leaves would have come off her then, but
Oh, did somebody actually pick up the leaves?
I had one in my hand, but it died or stopped beating. So I'm pretty sure I put it back down.
as we would see more, as if they came off her, we'd see more. And what kind one? It's almost a wonder is if she's hurt right now at all. If she's losing leaves, but if she's not, if she's gone, then
She basically thanked us and turned around and left.
yeah.
Doubt she's hurt. They just tend to shed them.
So we still want to go after Walking Kindlin?
Why don't you ask her if she know anything about
Oh
the
crap!
leaf?
I probably shouldn't have done that.
Why go on the wild hog chase when we got somebody here who might know answer?
If she's still around.
You do realize she left, right?
Sure, though,
There's
is
no
if
meet this lady.
If she's dropping leaves, though, we could probably follow her.
Are we really going to get much more from her, though? I think
I
the
didn't get that-
Treant's going to have more
I
answers.
didn't
than
get that-
her.
I
yeah.
doubt it.
I didn't get that impression either. I still think Treebeard's the way to go.
Didn't he give Scotch his name?
I don't remember. I thought he did.
True Spear or something like that. Usper.
Yeah. I
Usper.
think
Usper.
Usper.
that's right.
Birds with fire.
So you guys do hear the footsteps of Mr. Usper, kind of getting louder as he does decide to get closer. So, because who was it? It was Scotch that went up, wasn't it?
Yep.
There was Scotch who talked with him, yeah.
Yep.
Originally, but she was the one that actually went up on the. No, it was Chester.
Yeah,
No.
it was Brax
It
with
wasn't
the
me.
spider climb.
I did the spider. Yeah,
Bee spider
Oh wait,
climb.
V spider.
I did the spider climb.
These
Yeah,
spider
Yeah,
climb, yes.
So she
I was
kinda-
actually-
that wasn't me.
I was actually thinking about doing it again to see if I could see where he went.
So
But
if we're
if
hearing the
it's-
footsteps coming closer,
Yeah,
we-
that's There's really no point.
And you guys do see that it looks like he is walking. Like you can kind of see the top of his, the tree getting closer and closer as you guys are standing where you're at. So
well,
he,
looks like he's coming to us.
so it's if you guys keep walking south, like you'll probably intersect with him. So that would probably be the best, most logical thing to do.
I was gonna suggest that. Let's just walk towards him.
Because you're,
Yeah.
I didn't really give you how long you guys walked, but you did go long enough to probably get close to that intersection. I didn't change anything big. Oh, I know what I did. Hold on.
Yeah, we're all zoomed in a little bit more than normal.
Well, because it's also because I'm down to 6 people instead of 7 too.
True.
Yeah, all our pictures.
I
are
had
little-
to expand everybody a little bit to fit the screen.
Know what the best thing about boats is? There's only so much distance to walk.
As you guys are kind of getting to that intersection, you see Treebeard probably about 150, 200 200 yards down. So either you guys can just walk to him, or just wait. I mean, it's up to you guys.
Rox just gets this kind of, having heard Drizz's comment, Rox just kind of gets this kind of half smile on his face and turns to Brax and goes, I bet you're really looking forward to getting back to the boat, aren't you?
No.
Oh,
Hey,
don't worry,
Driz,
we'll get the
this one-
jelly out of them legs.
Yeah, this one still needs a sea legs, Driz.
So,
Well, you know, I could always just punch you until you stop puking next time. Puke,
I'm not sure that's how it works.
I mean, a belly can only hold so much, am I right?
Well, I mean, if she empties your belly, you don't have anything to throw up.
that is true. So,
So it's just
I feel like
not.
I'm gonna be using.
All of a
stealth
sudden, we're
skills
looking
on the
around
boat
trying to
to
figure
get
out where
away
that
from
voice
Driz.
came from.
so
We'll just strap to the crow's
it seems like you have returned from the dragon's cave alive. Does that mean the dragon is dead?
It
Gives
is.
the old thumbs up.
He goes, I wondered, due to the fact that the fog around these woods has now lifted. The eerie feeling is gone. Birds have returned that have not been here for years. So I figured something must have changed. And it almost looks like he's trying to like get down to kneel, but because he's so big, he can't get down far enough, and he actually responds, he goes, I would bow to all of you for saving not only the woods but everything around here. He goes, if it wasn't for you, we're not quite sure how how the forest would have lasted with this dragon. The plants have been dying for years because of that poison. It's going to be nice to see sprouts. It's going to be nice to see green. It's going to be nice to see the world again.
So
Rox
how
walks
long was this
forward.
guy here
sorry, go ahead.
then? If
I thought last time we talked to this guy, he said that the dragon just settled in here. Although
But
probably,
he's
I
been
guess
coming
compared to their
back and forth.
lifespans, the couple of years is probably a short time to those people.
well, yeah, because the fact that you mentioned that that it's been years since the fog has been here, so it kind of makes you actually wonder how long the dragon or the even anything pertaining to the dragon was actually here.
And like you actually notice, like you're actually hearing more wildlife than you did when you guys first got there. You actually hear birds chirping. You actually hear
Too
fauna.
bad that dragon probably not what we looking for, though.
Oh, it actually may have been based on the description of what they've been saying. It sounds like it's been snatching people up and bringing them here.
It sound like, from what the dragon told me, it sounded like he told Driz that it probably something else that doing it, and he knew what it was, but then somebody had to go through the fireballs. But I don't think it was him. He knew what it was, though. Do you know what it is? Looks really intensely up at this tree and you know what? Intimidation for the heck of it.
And Rock's just kind of like, as this is all going on, just looks at the ground and shakes his head.
I'm not very intimidating. I only rolled an 11.
Yep. He goes. He kind of looks at you and he goes. Funny blue creature. You try to intimidate me? But no. I don't know what you're speaking of. I don't know.
Should have known no tree's gonna know what's going on in the seas.
Well, I rolled a 7 persuasion, hoping that I could, persuade him to give more info. But a
He doesn't
7's
know
not going to
anymore.
get us.
He's more than willing to give us info. He just doesn't know anymore. So Rock's kind of steps forward and tells him, "There's no need for you to defer to us. It was an honor to help restore order to this forest."
And he kind of bows and he goes, I see you have met our magical dryads as well.
Yeah, we did. Or one of us did.
Driz goes to Escalade. Is that what they called when they in the woods? Thinking that they're still just ladies of the evening.
He continues. He goes, they've only been here for a very short time, but they protect from most evil. But that dragon killed many of them. It'll be nice to have protection in these woods again. And he kind of looks down at you and he goes, what's your next move? Like what are you guys looking for? Where are you guys heading?
We're still trying to figure out what's been attacking the ships in the area. The dragon kind of fits that bill, but according to this funny blue creature, as you put it, it said that something else was actually doing it.
Well, I hope you guys find what you are looking for. If you are ever back in this area and need assistance, he kind of drops a wooden, like a wooden staff, like almost like a I guess it would be like a wooden staff out of his, like, kind of shakes it out of his branches, and he goes, tap this 3 times in this general area, and we will come in assistance. And when I say we, not just me, my kin.
Might come in handy if we find your good buddy, the Necropanther, again.
But it's got to be in this general area, though, too.
Guess we better get on a boat and leave then.
Rox picks it up and kind of hands it back to V. Says, it seems like make no sense for you to hold this.
Yeah, I'll
and you can just add it as a custom item, as like a treant staff.
Yep.
And he looks back at him and says, is there anyone or anything else that you know of that may have visited the dragon while it was here?
I didn't notice anybody, unless it came as kind of secretively. Kitty.
Yeah, the dragon did hint that it wasn't the only thing doing it, so.
You know, she doesn't like to talk to me very much because she's very busy lady. But I wonder if Umberly know anything. You guys know Umberly? She great.
I don't remember Umberly.
Umberly, the bitch queen, the god of the seas,
Oh
and
yes.
wrath, basically. I figured she's the one who taught Driz her monk martial arts, like under the sea, doing water dancing, so to speak.
Under the sea.
Since I have no
Under
I
parents,
was
the
just gonna
sea.
type that. It's like if you
or
say under the sea
friends.
one more time. That's
Under the
in my head.
sea. Oh, better go. Better take it from me.
Well, I mean, at this point, I'm not sure we have any other ideas.
Yeah, burns with fire was my only thought.
Burns with fire.
Treebeard
Oh yes.
burns with fire.
Burns with fire. So, and he goes, the exit, if you keep walking straight, will bring you back to the beginning. And he kind of like moves his head in the direction to kind of get you back to the front of the bush path. Sorry. Felt like I had a burp, but it wasn't coming. Now he goes, do you want to go back to the house? Or do you want to go another way?
Let me pull up the map, because we're not exactly on an island, right? We're on a peninsula.
You're in a peninsula area.
Well, if she's
Well,
gonna ta-
technically would have been in the house because we did, open the trap, the door, and went in the fireplace. So
yeah, but it led to the cave to this,
Right.
to a cave to this. So we're outside again.
So it's up to you on if you want to go back to the house and then kind of go, because you got, whoa, that was
Well,
weird.
I'm assuming that if you're going to be speaking to Umberly, we need to get back to the boat, or at
'Cause-
least water.
Because you guys, I mean, the house itself wasn't all that far from the water.
right.
So I would assume you, okay, so I guess that's the decisions to go back through the house and the kind of the cave back that way. Correct?
Yeah, seems logical.
Okay. So you guys walk back. I mean, that walk was definitely a couple hours worth back from there. So you guys get back to the house, and as you guys leave the kind of leave the house, dang it, like I can feel it coming. It just gets stuck right here in the esophagus. And as you kind of get out, you kind of start looking around. You notice a difference in that, in like even around the house, like the point, like the fog from and the forest itself is gone. Like you can actually see the trees. You can see kind of into the forest. It's not as dense as it actually originally appeared to be. You see rabbits scurrying around. You see you actually there's more life going on this peninsula area. There we go. Excuse me. And you actually, from where you're at, you can. It's literally a clear path back down to the water. It's probably about early afternoon at this point. You guys, I mean, it's pretty clear outside. Shimmer on the you can see the sun shimmer on the water. Like it's a lot nicer now than when you guys originally went in. Or is there anything that you guys want to look for in that general area, or do you just want to go pretty much just go back to the boat?
Not getting any. I'm gonna do a perception check. Hell with it. Of course, it's my first bad one all night. I roll a 7.
Yeah, you don't really notice anything abnormal in the
Is there a sun
general
in the
area. There is a sun in the, well, obviously.
Look, guys, it's sunny.
I'm singing in the
You like
sun.
the Hulk, like weather, nice.
So you guys start. I mean, you guys, kind of get back to the boat, the little rowboats or whatever, and get back onto the boat. And the captain kind of rushes over to you, and he goes, "What happened up there? On land? It's last night at like early evening. It just seemed like every eerie feeling out on the boat just disappeared. Like everything just got super calm."
Because we did what we did. It's how we roll.
Yeah, I don't think that's a phrase they'd be using back then.
You know, we do what we do and we do what we do. So
The deed is done.
The deed is done.
We killed a dragon. We don't know if it was the ultimate part of the problem. We believe it was part of it.
Well, I truly hope so. Because if that was the case, then do we want to attempt to go to the final destination and get your final reward for my journey and see if we have any issues? Or what do you guys want to do?
we killed the dragon. I'd like to have a drink.
Just kind of shakes his head like, of course. he
I
would.
forgot I was muted. Are you asking as you or as the captain?
The captain was
Okay.
asking us.
Okay.
Yeah, the captain's like, do you guys want to attempt to go to where my final destination spot would be?
When he says his final destination spot, does he just mean along his trade route?
Where, like, are you actually like questioning like what he means on this? Like questioning me, like me as the DM, or
I was questioning you as the DM. Yeah. I was like, final destination.
it's
'cause
where
he does have a quest with us, but
it's his final spot to pretty much pay out. Like he kind of looks at you and he goes, "You look confused on when I mean the final destination. I'm not trying to kill any of you. I might have should reword that a little bit."
yeah, good
I'm
thing
not worried
Stas
about
isn't
you
here.
killing me. You couldn't kill me if it was a bet.
Escalade like, I'll pay you 10,000 gold coins if you could kill me.
He kind of chuckles, but
I'll give you a head start.
he kind of chuckles on that aspect, but he goes, the final, like, what I mean by final destination is there's the location of where your earnings are actually at. What I've given you so
Hey, you want to
far,
pay us? Pay us. That's up to you, bruh.
Yeah, I mean, if we're just not going to finish the job, why not he just pay us now?
I mean,
Chris kind of says under her breath to somebody standing next to her.
he goes, because
Not
Or-
convinced the job's actually finished.
Who
Ye-
cares if job finished? We
Did
get
you say,
money.
Brox? Did you say you're not convinced or you are convinced? That
Not convinced.
not convinced. Okay, I figured, but it sputtered on me for you.
Who cares if job finished or not? If you want to give us the money, just say bring on the money.
I care. I gave my oath that I would deal with whatever this was.
And if you
I
think
forgot
about it,
having friends means
the
friends
drag-
have oaths.
You're an oaf.
I knew that was coming.
God blessed.
Shot myself in the foot with that one.
Yeah, that got messed up. I'm fixing.
Forehead.
I mean, as I said, the dragon did hint that he's not the only one doing it, so it's how do we want to move on?
Well, I think somebody
Well-
had a bad idea about contacting somebody.
Yeah. That bitch, she my friend. Well,
Yeah,
not
I-
really. She
Being
doesn't
new to the
like it
group,
when I
I'm
call
looking at the
her
rest of you
friend.
guys like, what's up with this? What's up with this sea lady?
Eeny, meeny, miny, this one.
Points at Brax.
I might need helps.
Why don't you
Meanwhile,
explain?
I would say that any of us who don't tend to have those kind of leanings might want to make ourselves scarce.
You any good at breathing
God
underwater?
blessed.
You're
Am
not
I
one of
good at
them
breathing
people
underwater?
who hold that nose like
Not
this,
so
are
much.
You? Well, plug your nose and
Driz like wraps an arm around him and jumps overboard.
Nice.
Yeah, well,
I imagine tieflings smell like wet dog. That's just what I'm getting.
Could you imagine what Driz smells like? Let's be honest here. He probably smells really bad.
Driz smells like fish permanently.
Probably like dead fish in the ocean. Yeah, like dead fish in salt water.
I
Probably not good.
need Brax to roll me a Constitution check.
Oh lord, you're gonna
Yeah,
drown
unless
me.
somebody has a water breathing spell they want to cast on him really quickly.
Does anyone
I
know if
have
Scotch has
water
one of
walker.
those?
I don't believe she
Actually,
does.
I'm gonna look really quickly to see if she does, cause
What's your Constitution modifier, Brett?
I rolled. Oh, what's my modifier?
It's a +0.
Yeah, it's even, and I just rolled a 14.
Right.
14 should get him through that, I would think.
How?
You
Well,
can
we're
hold your
gonna be
breath
down
for
there for a minute.
exactly 0 minutes. So that's probably going to be a problem.
Yeah, I'm not.
Does
si-
Brax know how to swim?
Brax does not know how to swim. I'm assuming that Driz
No,
is
I'm
hopefully
gonna
still
hold
holding
on to him.
me. Yeah.
I'm gonna hold on to him. Don't worry about that. Yeah, no, she does not know any water breathing spells.
So Rox is running to try to grab some rope or something together to rectify this situation.
Yeah, Driz can breathe 100% underwater. I can do whatever I want underwater.
Yeah.
She'll be
Yeah.
carrying
So,
my lifeless corpse,
gonna-
but she'll be good.
Hurry up and swim to the bottom, and then once we're down on the ground, I'm gonna, hold on to him.
Be like, find me something magical. Not have to be super magical, just something magical.
Is she talking to me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're the
Yes.
only one here, so yeah.
Find something magical.
yeah. As he's passing out because he really can't hold his breath underwater very well.
Oh, I thought you passed your check.
He passes check, but he has a
I have a 0-minute time limit on how long I can hold my breath.
So he's like in the process of drowning at the moment.
No, you just keep doing checks, don't you? Every time your
No.
check's up, don't you do another check to see if you're still holding your breath?
Your con modifier is the number of minutes you can hold your breath underwater.
I have water walk, which won't do it, which won't help him.
yeah that lets him walk on water, right?
I can pull him up right, like
Driz
quickly.
is going to see if this works. Driz is going to take her empty water skin, suck the air out of it, and press her lips to Brax's lips and try to give him a breath.
Hey now.
Do I need to roll to see if that works? Or does she need to roll?
If it works, then I guess you'd have to do a new check. But
So
I
we're
guess it doesn't really
reenacting
matter.
Waterworld right now.
I would. Yeah. I don't know what that. How.
I'm spitting it out there, and it's up to Cubby if it works.
I mean, isn't there a scene in Waterworld where Kevin Costner's character does something
He
similar?
sure does. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of. Waterworld's such a good movie. Well, it's not really a good.
I
I was gonna say,
honest-
you don't hear that a lot. You don't
Yeah, I
hear
was gonna
that
say
a
most
lot.
people wouldn't argue that.
I have no clue what to kind of.
Well, does she
Well,
need
if
to roll to see
Kevin
if it
Costner
succeeds, or
did
do
it.
I need to roll to see if it?
I'm
I almost
trying to
feel like
look
you
up
both
now.
would have. I almost feel like you both would have to rule.
I'm trying to look up
See if she
now
gets
what
this one.
the
See if he's.
Well, I didn't necessarily inhale it.
the
I pulled a
rules
bunch of
are.
air into my mouth and I'm trying to give it to him.
Hang on, looks like Big's looking something up here.
Otherwise, Driz just got her first kiss for no good reason.
I'm trying to find the breathing underwater rules, but it's not.
If I don't pass out from drowning, I can cast Shadow Blade. Will give you something magical.
It's
And we can
gotta
make
be
it-
from the sea.
We
Oh,
could
it's coming
make
from the
it.
sea.
Well, it doesn't have to be from the sea. I mean, Driz has a backup option on her, but she did just want to kind of troll somebody into helping her out.
Gotcha.
We could just
I can
make
look
it a
around and see if there's
Constitution
something
save.
nearby.
I mean, Cubby could always rule it, something else, but I'm just trying to find the actual.
You can
After
hold your breath for a
one
number of
plus
minutes.
con
Oh, you
bonus
get one plus your Constitution modifier, so he's officially holding it for 1 minute right now.
Oh, okay, cool. Where'd
Yeah.
you find it?
Here.
In that case, let me look for something
It
magical.
was on that D20 crap site that you're talking about.
Except that I rolled a 9%.
I put. Oh shoot! I
Oh,
put it in
jeez.
chat. I'm not gonna do that.
So
Yeah, it
Of
says
course, I
after
was-
1 plus the con bonus.
Yeah.
Minutes of holding your breath underwater, you fall unconscious. Your hit points fall to 0, and you can survive for a number of rounds
And you
equal
begin dying.
to your Constitution modifier of minimum of 1 round. After that, you being making saving death throws as per the standard rule. However, you may become stable. There is a or if you become stable, there is a problem. If you are still underwater, you can't remain stable. You must start making death saving throws again. This continues until you die, or you are saved in some way.
Don't worry.
Okay,
Driz
so-
isn't gonna let you drown.
But
Should be a
Driz asked
terrible
for
water
something magical
genasi.
from the sea, and I rolled a 9 perception, so I'm guessing that doesn't find me anything nearby that's
Ye-
magical. and
Would
from
it
the
would-
sea.
sea is a
Would
magical
it
place.
be more of an Arcana check? Because I'm not looking for a specific magical item. I'm just looking for kind of a source of magic here on the seafloor. And it doesn't have to be like magic.
Yeah, I would think
Guess I should have
Arcana
taken
would be-
Escalade. With
I
me.
mean,
You
I
could've
will
just done
take that
detect
because my
magic.
Arcana is way up there compared to my perception, but I guess it's up to Cubby because I always interpreted Arcana as like just magical knowledge, not any kind of perceiving.
Well, knowledge me where I can
so
summon
too bad you
Umberlee.
don't have detect magic. Is that what? Works?
Yeah, roll me an Arcana check real quick. But you're gonna pretty much be going down, like, limp here very quick.
A 10 plus 6, and
You
I
got
rolled a
one.
10.
You got one more. Oh, but that means you rolled a 4.
Oh, not 4.
Can I see them?
um,
or
so,
are they too far? to
Seeing
tell?
as he's absolutely freaking useless and I can tell he's about to drown on me, is that rope that they tossed down visible?
Yeah, I put a weight on. Brock's put a weight on it so that it'll actually sink instead of just float on top of the water.
I'm rolling perception to see if I can see him. Probably.
no.
Driz just shakes her head in slow motion because she's underwater, ties us around his waist, gives the old double tug, and starts looking around, I guess, herself for. Oh, no, actually, she opens up her little pouch here and pulls out her lucky charm, which is just a broken piece of blue glass. And she starts, like, looking through it to see if she can spot Umberlee with it.
Meanwhile, up
See
on
if
the
she
boat,
can
Roxy yells,
spot anything.
"Pull!" and everybody like this bedraggled Brack starts getting pulled back up onto the
Strength
ship.
checks to see if you get
Which,
him up
by
in
the way,
time.
as I'm spitting out seawater and choking, I'm also saying she's freaking crazy.
Pretty much. I was gonna say you should be like almost like limp at this moment, but like they pull you up at like the last second.
If
You
I could
do
see him, I
not.
was gonna throw a water walk at him and get him up immediately.
You do not notice Umbry.
Umberlee's not anywhere.
Not at this point of. As you get ready to put your little shiny piece away, you actually in the distance get a glimpse of her. Like at the last second, like it's like you're like that thought of like, okay, I'm not gonna see her, and like you're gonna put it down. Like you see her.
Cool.
Hey, Umberly, that you?
Kind of like moonwalking over to where I saw that because I'm underwater.
And she responds, "What do you want?"
Well, just real quick, I made friends. Are you so proud of me?
I am very proud of you, actually.
Oh?
You were you were one of the very few that never made friends.
Yeah, well, you know, Driz how just do how Driz do.
Yeah, Driz do how Driz do. I always liked your conversation.
Well, I know that you very, very busy lady. So, what do you know about any ships that just be disappearing off the oceans? No wreckage, and they only one survivor that wash up on shore, and the rest of the crew just go poof.
But all in slow motion. Poof.
Shipwreckage, you say? Have definitely seen a lot more recently.
Yeah, but have you seen the boats that are there and then they're not there, with nothing left behind?
Well, I see a lot of shipwreckage. Like, kind of like what you're saying, but more now ships on the bottom of the ocean. So they're
Like recent ones that go to the bottom of ocean and then they don't have anything on the water that go bobby bobby.
No?
Nothing on the water that go bobby bobby, or none of what I talk about.
Nothing that you talk about. Seems like maybe. I mean, it definitely seems like everything it's just ships. Davy Jones's locker doesn't get many people recently.
Well, this was incredibly unhelpful. If I ever see Salune, I'll bitch slap her for you, but other than that, you were no help.
Tries to punch her, but probably misses.
I'm sorry I couldn't have been any more help.
What is she appearing to me as? Just like a swirl of water, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just punched through, I guess, water then.
You essentially punched like a different colored water in the water, like.
I actually punched a whirlpool, and now I'm going like.
She goes, before you go, when you say Bobby, you talk about people, or are you talking about?
I talk about, you know, when the ships go down and there are things that go bobby bobby underwater. Not people's, just, you know, the wood, and mostly the wood.
I mean, of course, every ship is gonna have some Bobby, but I mean, I think I'm confused on what exactly you're looking for.
Well, we heard that there are ships just disappearing on the oceans with no debris left behind, and except for the one survivor who washed up on the shores.
Unless I am getting that wrong, out of character, just saying.
Well, all shipwrecks, all shipwrecks that I've seen recently have all had. I mean, the ships have sunk, and there has been some Bobby, as you like to call it, debris, as it actually is called. But
debris.
Just
well, she kind of looks at you. She goes, "It's called boat debris." Can you?
Boat debris.
Yes, boat debris. I mean,
I wasn't trying to cast that.
Do you know where the most recent these boat debris were?
The most recent one I have noticed was probably about 15-20 miles north of here.
15-20 miles north of here. Okay. Thank you, bitch queen. Thank you.
Tries to give her a high five, but also
It goes
confident she's
right
water.
through the water.
Just like kind of leans forward, but it's water, so I don't fall.
And you can kind of hear like a chuck, like a laugh, like you're welcome. You haven't learned much in that aspect of. I like your dedication though, and she kind of disappears.
Driz dry.
Okay, now I'm gonna swim, back up to the boat, and probably. I don't know if the rope's still hanging down or whatever. I'll just climb back up there. I know my way around a boat. I can figure it out. I personally do not know my way around a boat, but just kind of shakes her dreads out like a dog a little bit, and
Well, she wasn't very helpful. I almost killed this guy for nothing.
We noticed.
She did say she'd been seeing a
Brax
lot.
gets it with Driz, but he's also just staring daggers at her. Like,
when he's seasick and she's the only one rubbing his back, he'll forgive her.
But she did tell me there've been a lot more shipwrecks than the usual lately. She see a lot more of the ship debris on the surface and ships at the bottom of the water.
Just learned a new word.
You don't know.
Pretty sure we do.
No.
She did say last wreck not that far from here. It is north of us, about 15, 20 mile. And if we're headed north, then why not check it out anyway?
That works for me.
Got nothing better to do.
Brax just grunts like a yes, like.
So
Do I need to throw Brax a heal, or does he just need to
he just needs to
breathe and
As far as I know, I only have 2 damage taken from, and that wasn't even from the water. That was from her pushing me in the bushes.
Yeah.
And we're on the boat.
Sure
I mean,
was.
it's not like we can't rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you get like one of your hit dice back for a short rest or something like that. Because I doubt it would take us that long to get 15, 20 miles north.
Yeah.
On a boat.
On a boat, I mean, yeah, it would probably take at least an hour or two. Depends on
It's
Probably
time for a
15,
short
20
rest.
miles?
15, 20 miles. I mean, it figure even
Depends on the wind.
depends on the wind, but I mean, even with when I go on fishing boats, like on a fishing charter, it takes a good hour to go a good distance offshore.
That's
Mhm.
true.
Can't Driz jump in the water behind us and push like Aquaman style?
I could. It wouldn't be the first time Driz like jumped off a boat to try and get here places faster.
Yeah, this is something Driz likes to do.
Driz like that ocean. The sea
Alright.
salt.
So you guys, so the captain kind of overhears this conversation. He goes, "Well, I guess we're heading north, right?"
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Did your friend kind of give you any general area north, or just north of here?
Just north.
All right. All right. He kind of goes up to his
She said it was pretty recent, so we might actually see the debris, the ship debris, underwater.
Okay.
So let's go very slow.
Driz gets ready to man the boat as per usual.
Yeah. He kind of walks over to. He kind of calls out to the crew to get the boat running or on moving. Sails drop. Everybody's at their posts as you guys kind of turn and kind of head in the north direction. You guys notice the winds hit your sails, and you guys start moving at a pretty decent speed.
Rox heads up to the captain and says, "Is there anybody on here who has the ability to identify magic items?"
Not to my knowledge. I mean, if there is, it's somebody that secretly able to identify them.
Yeah, I didn't think so, but thought it was worth a try. Thanks.
No, we're not playing Sea of Thieves. But so you guys get that the winds in your favor for most of the trip as you're going. As you guys start getting, you've probably been on the water for about a good hour and a half. You do start to notice some blanks on occasion, kind of floating from that north direction.
I assume we all see
Driz,
these.
who's probably pretty close to the edge of the boat, says,
Guys, get sails up! Everybody, sails up!
I just rolled a 19 perception, and V just rolled a 21.
Yeah, you guys notice.
I got a 24!
Oh!
Wow.
Come on!
It's like the last check I needed to put V in her place on, but whatever.
Yeah,
Wait,
all
are
three
you
of
gonna
all.
put V in her place, or are you going to put rocks in its place?
The fact that I rolled
V got a 21.
for
Yeah,
watching
but I got
for
a 19, but I
debris.
figured
Yeah.
you'd want to rub it in Rox's face more than V's.
Oh, you know, Driz, she's gonna rub it in all y'all's faces.
You all three of you noticed the debris in the water.
What a roll to get? What a time to get perception.
Oh, I know, right?
I know.
You're,
I mean, is there anything special we notice about the debris?
Like
mean,
I said, Driz is
You-
yelling
you
for
do
all the
notice-
sailors to pull sails up so we slow down.
and the captain kind of gets angry with you for trying to command his ship a little bit here. You don't notice anything particular out of the wood that or the debris that you've noticed like at this point. But as you guys keep as you're drifting farther north, you're starting to see more and more of the debris coming up to the kind of going past the boat until you guys actually notice a I definitely feel that one. You guys notice a kind of like a pirate flag, like a sail kind of just floating through the water. And it's kind of being held up by some of those some of the wooden debris.
Driz is gonna see who's on deck. Who's up on deck? Who's below deck? Anybody messing with the blacksmith or the chef or anything?
Anybody in the galley drinking?
We'll just
gonna
say
say, I know
Scotch is
Rock-
in the
I know
galley
Rock-
drinking.
I
I'm
know
sure-
Rox and V are on deck because they
That way we
both,
don't have to worry about role playing her. She's just down there drunk.
As he said, I'm sure Scotch went right to the.
Almost scotch.
Drinking under. So Rox, V, and Brax are on the deck.
Brax is on deck because Brax doesn't go very far from the edge on boats.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Rax hasn't noticed any of the debris. He's been looking.
Yeah,
at
I purposely didn't even roll a perception check because I know how Brax is reacting.
He's
Uh,
not.
He would be at a disadvantage, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Driz gives a super. I assume Rox is up in the crow's nest. You said.
Oh, he's on deck.
He's on deck. Driz kind of looks around and gives a big ol' whistle, which I'm not gonna do, but a real loud whistle.
Thank you
get
to those
the
of us wearing
attention.
headphones.
Yeah, I don't think I even could do a whistle as loud as I am picturing, but to get you guys to come here, wherever you are on deck.
So Rox walks up to her.
Yeah, I walk up to her.
I think we're here. Does anybody see anything weird?
I don't know
Like,
about
you mean,
weird, but that's definitely a pirate's sail.
What?
Definitely a pirate flag there.
Wait, I missed the pirate flag. Is it in the water or are
It's
we
in
seeing another
it's
ship?
it's in the water.
Okay, I missed that. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
The,
Part
the,
of
the,
the
cap, the captain kind of comes walking
Oh,
over to you, and he definitely has kind of noticed what's like everything going on in the debris and whatnot. And he goes, "Aren't you a water genasi?" Looking at Driz,
Are you asking Drew's question? Have you never met Water Genasi before?
goes,
Do you not
"Can't
know
you-"
what Water Genasi look like?
he goes, "Can't you go down and do a little investigation? Like, why would like?"
I'm actually a freshwater Genasi. No, I'm just kidding.
There's
Okay,
not.
Okay, this is gonna seem kind of odd, but it's the only thing I can think of to do this. So I'm gonna make a check here really quickly.
what time of day is it while he makes that job? Job.
Well, I would say I failed it. So basically, I failed. Rox fails persuading himself not to push Driz into the water, so he pushes Driz into the water.
Never mind that, I guess.
I'm gonna go ahead and pat Rocks in the back for that.
Dude, I can't believe Escalade isn't either. I'm like literally.
Well,
right
Escalade's
overboard.
not there.
He's
He's
down. That's
Oh,
good.
right.
Escalade's in
That's
the galley. To this point, Escalade.
You're just like sinking to the bottom, mumbling to herself, just like little bubbles coming up. Maybe.
At this point, Escalade and Scotch do notice that the boat has definitely slowed down a good amount. From their point, in the galley, but Driz goes down.
I got an 11. Well, I got a natural 4 though,
You got a
so
4 in there.
So as Driz kind of starts sinking down to the bottom of the ocean, she does notice a decent size ship. You do notice that it's probably only been there for a couple days now. So it has been relatively. It's a relative like. There's not a lot.
So
of,
this is definitely like, well, more than likely what Umberly was telling me about.
Yes. You as you kind of roll me an investigation check. Well,
I got a
a
13.
13.
Aggressively mediocre.
Well, you do have a -1 on your investigation
Yeah.
check, so
Well,
it doesn't
intelligence
help
is a
either.
strong suit.
But actually that works too. As you kind of start swimming around the general area, you do notice that they're in the captain's quarters. The captain is still trapped in the quarters,
Alive?
dead. Like he's dead. But
That makes
from what
sense.
what Umbry told you, that there hasn't been any, like, you haven't seen people. So she might, like, this is something that she missed.
Okay. So this probably isn't what we're looking for, I guess. All right. So I'm in the captain's cabin right now.
You're in the general area, yes.
I'd like to search the cabin for any loot.
Do another perception check.
For the shinies! Oh, wait, 12.
You really only find like a sword kind of that's connected to the captain. You notice that there is it looks like a small little treasure box on the kind of floating there in the water. But you really don't find anything otherwise. So
I'll snatch that treasure box. Can I swim out of the captain's quarters? Am I able to tell where the damage to the ship came from? Like, where am I seeing what sunk it? Or what does it look like? I guess the hull of the ship look like.
The hull of the ship, I mean, the ship itself actually looks like it was damaged on, like, kind of the, like, underneath, but on, like, the front of it. So it looks like it almost went, like, it
Like
hit.
it might have sailed into something?
It almost, yeah, it almost looks like it sailed into something, but you also notice, like, the mass was just completely knocked up. Like, it's gone. Like, you don't even see it in the general area.
Oh, okay. And this is a one-mast ship?
Well, yeah, we'll say a one-mast ship.
For the-
I'm thinking, I'm like, yeah.
One mast, two mast, five mast, who cares?
Yeah, it was a one-mast ship. I mean, it's just completely gone. Like, and
And
it's...
I don't see it anywhere.
No, I mean, it's kind of tipped over, but, like, the boat itself is kind of off, like, kind of tipped to the
Right.
side, but you don't notice, like, but you do notice probably off in the distance, not far in the distance, there's a big rock. Like,
A
a
big
big...
And I can tell from like being a water genasi that it doesn't look like it's been there long, or
The rock's been there for
Oh,
years, so it comes to the point where you might actually think that's where the hole from the...
I got you. You're talking big as it probably got the front of the ship.
Yeah, as it
Oh.
sunk.
I was thinking like a giant threw a boulder.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, and the captain's body is the only one I see.
The only body you...
Even from swimming around like inside the wreckage and everything, it's the only one.
Yep.
Okay, I guess I'll go back to the boat then. So I go back to the boat. Scramble up. What are you guys up to? What have you been doing? I mean, that couldn't have. That had to take me a pretty long while, so I don't know what you guys have been up to.
Pretty much, at least as far as Rock's concerned, pretty much waiting, sharing stories with Brax.
Yeah, I don't see myself leaving while she's investigating. Like, how should be all right?
This is how we get attacked by pirates, guys. No people with boat etiquette. All right, well, I come back. Yeah. Do the dreads shake off like a dog?
Well, I don't know. They might have just hit the...
Can I see that rock from the top now that I'm up?
Nope.
Well, there a rock over there. It looked like they might have hit it. But then again, I couldn't find a mast to their ship anywhere. The mast completely gone. And also, I mean, a ship that size probably should have had the crew members, but only body I found down there was the captain.
So
And
only
this!
one,
Pulls the treasure box out.
so only one body, ship destroyed, but the body was left on the ship. That doesn't quite fit what we've been trying to find.
Yeah, but it's too close to be a coincidence. It can't.
It closer, but it not quite. I mean, to be fair, the only ones we know about are the ones that have survivor, because they're survivor. Ship disappear all time at sea with no survivor.
There's some truth to that. Could you tell where the damage? You said you thought it might have hit a rock. Does that mean the damage was kind of lower down on the ship?
Yeah, damage was at front of ship like they hit something. And there's this big rock back there. We lucky we did not hit it.
But was the rock high enough for the ship to hit it when it was sailing normally?
Not high enough to see, but probably high enough to scrape bottom of boat and cause some damage.
But the kind of damage you saw?
It hard to tell. The boat been down there, you know, and then pieces of wood float away, and Driz no investigator.
I'm just wondering a couple of different things. If maybe the boat had already been forced down a bit and that's when they hit that rock. Or if something actually attacked the boat from underneath.
Hey, Captain, you got any way to dive off this thing? With the people who can't breathe, that they can breathe? I know most people don't have this. It's the only reason why Driz have job, but...
He kind of... He he goes like underwater gear, right? I don't know how he goes, I don't know if it works, but I think there's some down in the blacksmith area.
Well, there you go, Rocks.
Gives him a pat on a big old slap on the back, probably a little too hard as per usual, but
The captain kind of calls for his men to bring out the gear that he has, and it literally looks, it's like a wetsuit with a helmet, and it's got
Yeah,
like
but the old style with like the bellows and
kind of, but then like
like
behind
fire
it,
truck.
like kind of like you see like the guy, like 2 or 3 guys coming behind it with like this long, like super long, like roundup hose. So it's almost, and like the hose is like connected into the
Mhm.
helmet.
right. Like I said, the bellows would be used to supply air through the hose.
Yeah.
Now I realize I should have probably asked for this before I took Braxius down with me.
Rox kind of looks at the equipment and goes, "Well, guess there's only one way to find out if this works."
So are you gonna attempt to put it on?
Yeah.
Brax is saying hell no. He's
Frax is like, I'll burn
He
this shit to
goes-
the ground before I go back in the water.
Scotch fireball.
As you're putting this gear on, like it's definitely a tight fit, but you're able to like kind of get into the gear. Thank you for that, Raid Scouter.
Kind of thinks about it a bit, looks over it. I was gonna say, I think V is a little smaller than Rox, right?
I'm like 5'5".
Rox kind of looks over at V and says, "It might be a little bit better fit on you, but I can go if we need it."
Wedgies
However-
for days.
Well, actually, since I haven't used spells, I can, let's see.
You doing okay there, Big?
Yeah, I'm just hanging out.
Yeah, look like you're about to fall asleep there.
Nope, I'm good.
Well, it is almost break time if we want to take a
Yeah.
break before everybody goes on a scuba mission.
That's probably not a bad idea.
You can do that.
Scuba Steve.
All right, we're gonna
Yeah,
take.
okay, chicken Brax.
We're gonna take a 5-minute break, so we'll be back at 10:35.
Okay.
10:35 is not a 5. Sorry.
Ha 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 ha.
I think they can. I think he usually doesn't mute the.
No, I muted everything this
Oh, okay.
time.
Yeah, I did switch a spell out for water breathing so I can cast that on us. We don't want to risk using the captain stuff.
I don't mind him going with that. I think Brox can get back up if he needs to.
Mm-hmm.
But
I do have water walking as well, so I have both of them.
Water walking?
Yeah.
Is that where you can walk on water? Or?
Yep, walk on water like it's solid. Or mud, or like literally anything. Any liquid substance. All of us can walk across it. Up to 10 willing people. Creatures. People. Creatures.
Oh yeah, up to 10 willing creatures.
If I could walk on water, I could find some way to prove.
See if anybody knows that song.
Oh, it just made me think. If I could turn back time.
Well, I mean, the video for that was done on a ship.
Yeah, I don't know that song, but
You don't know Cher?
no.
No,
The,
they can walk
just
on
say-
water.
the
just
walk on
say-
water.
I'm trying to remember who did. Was that Brian Adams who sang that?
Dude, freaking Brian
30
Adams.
seconds to Mars?
30 Seconds to Mars. Brian Adams and 30 Seconds to Mars are way far apart.
It was
Nah,
Eddie
they're basically
Money.
the same guy.
It was Eddie Money.
Oh, I say because I typed in walk on water and it says sung by 30 Seconds to Mars.
No, If I Could Walk on Water is the full name of the song, and it was
Oh.
Eddie Money.
See, I typed water walking, and it just like led me to an elderly exercise webpage.
Really got to be careful randomly searching words.
Oh, dude, the best was, back when I was growing up, the internet was still pretty new. So my dad wanted to go to Dick's Sporting Goods website, and you can see where I'm going with this. He typed in dicks.com.
Oh no.
Oh wow.
Hey, I went to whitehouse.com when I was little, trying to do a presidential
Oh, God.
Well, that's like
Whitehouse.gov, whitehouse.gov.
there isn't. This one doesn't exist anymore. But one of the ones we used to, we always had to tell people, no, trust us, it's okay. But it was a Penn Island, but all one word. So it
Penis
looked like
land.
I mean, it was a place for I think they finally caught on and decided to change the name to something else. But yes, it was Penn.
Penis land.
Okay, remember, this is supposed to be a family-friendly channel.
Hey, this is
No,
a
it's not.
PG-13 channel.
We're marked for mature viewing, my friend.
We are.
Okay.
We do try to keep the swearing to a minimum.
Yeah, we try to
I'm
keep stuff
probably
down.
one of our worst offenders, but
I let it
I don't
slop
even do
slip
it that
earlier,
much.
so.
Not nearly as much as I used to.
I've even cut it.
Right.
I've cut it out a lot on my channel, but that's also because of the games I'm playing now too. So.
All right, so
But-
we're headed into the water.
So Rox is putting on the scuba gear or the water gear, I guess you can call
Diving
it.
gear.
The diving gear. It's a rather tight fit. He decides to get into the water and he swims down
And then
towards.
is V, since you got the breathing spell, are you joining us?
Yes.
She doesn't have. Wait, you do have a breathing spell?
I have a
Switch the
breathing
spell
spell. Which I
Sucks
can.
to be Braxius now that.
Well, yeah, I switched out because I was like, after that instant,
Well-
let me, yeah.
Didn't she need
Well,
the
you-
short
can't you
rest to
only
actually?
switch-
Didn't she need the short rest to
I
switch
thought it was only after a long rest that you could switch spells as a druid.
It is, but since I haven't used any of them, so I switched it out.
Well, if we were being a stickler for the rules, you would have had to do that sooner, but I honestly don't give a shit.
Druids could
Just
change
so
their
people
prepared
know.
spells after a long rest. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
the requirement
So,
for
like,
an
when you
addition-
wake up the next day, you're supposed to have all your spells for that day set.
Yeah, I didn't, and I was like, you know what? We're in water, so
Not important. It's just I know we have a lot of people who view who are like learning D&D.
Yeah.
So just throwing that out there for the sake of throwing it.
And
out there.
that's why we do. I mean, we do have to like. I'll mention this here that I mean we do a lot of reading of rules and how things are done on like are supposed to be played, but it's also to the discretion of the DM on how that rule will be used. So not all DM. So like Mel or
Yeah, Mel.
Mel.
Keep going. You got this.
No, it's I always because I
Or
it's yeah because how well, like Mel said, being I so lost my train of thought.
There are some DMs who would be a much more of a stickler for the
Yes.
rule and
Yes.
let thee go do this swap out.
You would have to have done it at the beginning of the day.
Yeah.
So-
I
But
didn't
if-
think about that when I'm like, you know what?
But that's only a druid. Druids can change their prepared spells after a long rest.
and clerics.
And clerics, yes. But and then it says this unfortunately does not extend to cantrips, so you cannot change out cantrips.
Oh yeah, no.
But
No,
you
I think
can al-
cantrips are permanent.
Yes. But you can
Permanent,
only
but
do
they
it.
don't cost anything. I can spam it like nothing else.
Yeah.
All right, so we start to make our way. Do I need to make any kind of a check to make sure that this equipment's actually working properly?
Roll me a.
Survival check.
Yeah, let's do a survival check.
Oh,
Before
really?
before I jump in after Rox, who is apparently going to be drowning,
And
I do say to Jester,
You may want to get the others up here in case, you know, this is something other than rock and it come back.
Yeah.
and then I dive over.
As
I am gonna go get everybody else up on deck.
do we
that
want
is a
to
natural 4, however.
as you fall in, as you kind of like lower your, like you kind of climb down the ladder and you kind of start getting into the water, like you're like you could feel like it's like both like it's the water's cold, like it's like it like as you get lower and lower, like you like you're praying that this suit works, and you get into the water and like your head starts to go under, and that the hose kind of starts going under, and you're noticing that no water's coming in. You realize this suit might actually work.
You know, didn't even think about this until it was too late, so I'm not going to, but would have been a good idea to have Scotch up on land so that she could actually communicate with me as I was doing this. Or Scotch up on the deck. But didn't think about it till too late, so I'm not going to say, oh yeah, before he went down, not going to do that.
Yeah, well,
And
it's best off
Braxton
to avoid
always
including
here.
her since she's not even here anyway.
So, all right. So Brox is very carefully walking along the floor of the sea here because he's not sure how much he trusts the equipment.
Is he still sinking as I dive in?
He's slowly going down. Like, yeah, he's kind of like
Okay, I haven't even hit the.
you're
bottom
not.
yet,
Yeah,
but
you're
okay.
not at the
Alright,
bottom.
I'm gonna, put a leg on either side of his shoulders and basically ride him down. Yeehaw!
Brox
Uh-oh.
debates pulling his dagger out and decides, nah.
Stabs me in the leg.
V, how are you going down? I'm just assuming you're just gonna kind of swim down along, just kind of hold on to the.
Yep, just kind of use the hose as a guide.
Now, this isn't something I would usually care about just because who cares? But since I do have a actual water movement speed, what is speed in water? Is it half? Big, you should know this, right?
According to the rulebook, it's half, but again,
It's
Yeah.
probably slower than that for me because I've got the heavy equipment on.
Well, it says without your armor, you can swim towards the surface at a rate of 20 feet per round, but you can't swim while wearing heavy armor, given you're an effective speed of 0. So, yeah, we'll half it.
I can assure you, I'm not going to the water.
Last time he went in the
At least
water.
not again.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I would have loved to see Escalade try and skimp or like slip into that bodysuit.
I'm not sure he could even got the helmet on.
You got like
Didn't take one look
foot in
at it.
there.
And I'm like, oh heck no.
Yeah,
Does this
yeah,
count?
me either. Even if it was built for horns, which I seriously doubt it was, Brax has nothing to do with that. We're happy.
Well,
on
hey,
the
it's solid ground on the bottom.
Are you sure it's solid ground?
Well,
So as you guys are lowering it like down into the water, like down towards the bottom of the water, you guys are noticing the ship as you guys get down there. Roll. I mean, you kind of notice exactly what Driz originally told you. You can tell, like you see, like there's no mass. Like the mass is completely gone.
And that's a 12 investigation check.
Would it be investigation or perception?
Investigation.
Yeah, I already kind of perceived.
she
You
got
guys
the
kind of
perce-
know
yeah.
what you're looking for.
Okay.
Right. I was trying to see, like, from the
21.
damage, if I could tell if it was maybe from hitting a rock or from something attacking it. That, at least in my eyes, would be more investigation.
So like you notice that the mass is completely gone. Like it's like you guys can't even see it. Like exactly what Driz told you. You guys know, you do notice the big gash in the kind of like the bottom left of it. As V kind of gets closer to the boat, she does notice that there was another gash kind of in the top, like right where, almost like kind of the middle back. So it almost looks like something hit it from above, where it punctured and started to make it, to kind of cause it to start taking water from the water level. But the other big hole that you see definitely would have been from it going down and hitting something under the water. Since you guys are actually kind of down there doing a little more of an investigation on it at this point.
So it looks like whatever attacked from above forced the ship down enough that it hit the rock.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And V
kind of waving, like pointing.
And V was the one that saw that and kind of, and like she said, she was kind of.
Oh yeah,
waving
you guys.
and...
Does water breathing mean you can talk underwater too?
You
Okay,
can
so
breathe, just like you can normally. You just can't talk.
Okay.
So was kind of pointing to
a bird, a plane.
The hole, like the gash.
The extra hole I see.
And it's a decent, and it was kind of on the underbelly, so I mean it was kind of on the tip side down. So Driz wouldn't have noticed that originally when she was looking.
Not with those trash checks.
So, but she brought it to your attention. But it looks like whatever got it definitely gashed it enough from above to cause it to go down.
Right.
Like to start taking
it
on
started
water.
Taking on water, which drove her down enough to hit the rock.
Yeah.
So V, you gotta actually roleplay what hand signals you're showing us on camera right now.
Hole.
The frick does what? Is that what hole is? Is that how you hole?
Driz is like going.
Yeah, Driz is over here just doing random motions too, like.
Rox is kind of going.
Hole that way.
Okay, so Rox walks up to the hole, and I'm gonna do another investigation check, and hopefully actually do well this time. That's a 15. That's not horrible. Seeing if I can in any way determine what might have caused the initial hole.
It's from the angle that it looks like, because you're underneath it, so it is kind of dark to being able to see it.
Well, I do have dark vision, don't forget.
That is, yeah. You do notice what appears to be almost like scratch marks that kind of go across the side of the ship as well. Like it goes from like where the hole goes, but it actually looks like claw marks going across the ship as well.
So I kind of like point out along the line where I'm seeing the scratches, basically.
Okay, I go over to it and I assume I see it now that he's pointed it out.
Yeah. Yeah,
Alright, I'd like to search this for anything that might, like a nail that might have broke off, or something that might be in the claw mark. You know what I mean? So would that be investigation?
Yes.
Yeah, I would say so.
I got a 16.
As you kind of like get real close to it, you don't really see anything out of the ordinary. Like you do kind of see some like white. I guess you kind of like see like
If you drew chalk on the side of
yeah. I mean since it's been down there for a couple days. If I mean really if anything was on it, I don't think you would have been able to find anything
Yeah.
majorly specific.
Probably would have had to be really wedged in the wood.
Yeah.
There. Driz turns around and goes the old.
He doesn't notice anything.
Rox points back at the ship like we should head back. And then turns around and starts slowly walking back.
If you were to pull, like, I'm sure, like, it would be almost the same thing, like, if you kind of pull on the hose, that's the notion to kind of start.
Yeah.
Driz is gonna kind of, like, swim and swoop up behind V, get her under the arms, and kind of swim her faster toward the boat.
And
Rox just kind of watches this, like, of course.
Bye!
Thank you.
She's not wearing a heavy suit.
So V and Driz get back up to the boat. Rox isn't far behind, but definitely gets out of the water after the other two. And as go ahead.
I was gonna say once it gets up and actually gets the helmet off, at least kind of says, "Well, it looks like something attacked that ship and forced it down." Once it got low enough in the water, it hit that rock, and that's what finally sunk it.
Oh, is that what you were trying to say?
And just, like, slaps a hand on V's shoulder, like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah. There was a hole, and then Rox saw the claw marks.
Well, then I guess it was a rock. Unless that's a rock monster.
Driz looks in the direction of the rock, waiting for it to come out of the ocean, but it doesn't. I assume it doesn't anyway.
No.
The rock probably helped it, but
That might explain why the captain got trapped as well. Maybe the rock speeding up the wreckage made whatever was attacking it not able to get all the people off the ship.
Not able to get all the people off the ship?
Cause there are no people on that ship.
Other than the captain trapped in the
There'd be one person on that ship. I don't know what could have done the damages, but looks mean.
Can we, like, how big were these claw marks? Were they, like, the full side of the ship, or?
I mean, a decent part of the ship.
big
So,
enough
like,
to
really
actually cause
big.
a hole to
Yeah.
cause it to start sinking.
I mean, you could definitely.
Well,
I mean,
the
there
claws
was
didn't cause the
there was
hole.
multiple. I mean, you saw multiple sets. I mean, you could definitely tell what attacked it a couple times from above. Like there's definitely claws that was going at it.
So the question is, was this something from within the sea or something flying by?
I mean, if it what you guys say, then it had to be flying, right? It did the mast just gone? It had to carry the mast somewhere and bump the ship down. It had to be up. Up.
Not necessarily.
Why would something from the ocean take some stupid piece of wood away from here?
well, it depends on how it went down. Because if it's flipped over, then the mast breaks off.
Well, I mean, it
That
wasn't
ship not flip
flipped.
over. That ship did not flip over. Just see flip ship. And while it's funny for everybody, I mean, it's just funny for Driz usually, but the mast would still be here. The mast just gone. Just think something flew away with the mast.
I don't remember seeing any masts in that dragon's cave.
Because it
So-
wasn't a dragon.
Or at least it wasn't that dragon.
Right.
You mean there are more dragons?
Possibly.
Maybe.
Just
That was actually from
one
Gorag.
legend.
Gorag goes.
Oh yeah,
Oh my
Gorg!
gosh!
I totally forgot about. He's like,
Gor,
"Are you
you actually hear Gorag from behind, like, my knowledge, there's a few dragons.
Gorag?
No one asked you to answer any questions
Escalade's like, okay,
Please
I'm
don't
only here
offer
to put
things.
Gorag down.
unless you're asked to speak.
Yeah, there are dragons much worse than the one we fought.
The captain, while you guys were doing this whole escapade with going down to the ship, the captain happened to gather his two of his guys and put them on a dinghy and kind of set them to go gather the sail.
Oh,
And
that pirate.
the pirate
The
sail,
flag.
the flag, and they kind of bring it up, like as they kind of bring it up onto the boat. One of the guys kind of just like keels over, in just pure pain as he's coming, like climbing up, like getting back onto the deck.
With the thing or just by himself?
Well, the guy from like with the flag kind of in his hand. I mean, it's definitely like bundled, but as he like kind of comes up, he just keels over and is just like, you can tell this guy's in pain.
So
Help him up.
Yeah, Driz is gonna run over there.
there's a
'Cause that's a
10
member heard-
investigation.
That's a fellow crew member right there.
Was trying to find out if maybe something on the mast itself had hurt him, or not on the mast, on the sail itself had hurt him. With a 10 investigation, I'm not going to learn much.
No.
Well, even before that, and Driz sees that guy clap, she's gonna go try and help him.
Yeah.
That's a fellow crewmate right there.
And he's just like, he's moaning and groaning, like it's just, he's like,
But it's only the one. The
it's
other one
just
isn't
the one,
reacting.
because he's the one that carried, like, kind of was carrying
Okay.
the flag.
I mean, I'm gonna loop under his arms and kind of drag him away from the thing toward where you'd go below the deck.
Rox kind of looks at everybody and says, I would highly recommend not touching that flag.
So you want Driz to not touch something? Well, let me just show you what's no, just kidding.
No, Driz just saw that thing hurt a crewmate. She's probably not getting too close to it.
Yeah, no, I'm worried about the crewmate for right now.
Anybody else want to kind of maybe take a closer look at this flag, or
I'll go up to the guy and use lay on hands. I'll heal him for 15.
and
Does that remove any effects or?
It also can remove the effects of a disease or neutralize a poison, but we don't know if he has either of those issues.
when
We don't, but if you use lay on hands, then
Yeah.
good for DM to know.
the as you kind of touch, or you do your lay on hands, like he definitely perks up, like he gets, like, he's not fully healed, but definitely, like, you can definitely notice a difference, and he's not moaning and groaning in pain anymore. It's a completely different person.
You okay, buddy?
As a lot better than I was. I could tell you that. I thought I was gonna die as soon as I got up out of the boat. He goes, as soon as I had fully had that flag in my hand, I just the pain, it hurt. It really did.
What kind of pain was it?
A pain I've never felt before. Just up and it seemed like whatever it went into my hands and then just quickly went through my body.
Tell those guys not touch it. Just get up here.
Driz yells to whoever's closest to where those guys are still on the boat to not tell them to not touch it.
I'm gonna cast detect magic, see if I can tell anything on the flag.
You don't notice any magical effect on the flag itself.
And it's just the flag they grabbed?
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone have an ability to detect curse?
Detect magic would detect curse.
I didn't know if they were different things. So.
Nah, yeah, that's the same thing.
I don't have it prepared. I have detect poison and disease, but I don't have it prepared.
Do you know how long? How long would that be? Would that take, or is that just one of your?
I have to do it at the beginning of the day. It's another yeah.
See, and I've got protection for good and evil, which would have been great if it was magic, but with it not being magic, that's pretty much.
I mean, I'm immune to disease, so I can. If it's disease related, I can just grab it. But if it's poison,
it would. Yeah, I mean, you don't know if it's poisoned or not, so it.
Would you do a medicine check on it to tell if it's poisoned?
Lets you try to stabilize a dying companion or
Try
die.
to see what. Oh yeah, well yeah. Sorry, you were just reading medicine. Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of check you would do when you know something is giving bad effects and.
Roll me a medicine check.
9.
Yeah, even looking at the you kind of looked at the flag and Praxis had no.
why did that not roll?
Well,
Yeah, 16.
Oh,
B rolls a 16.
if it doesn't roll in the thing big, you can always just tell us your rolls. We trust you.
V.
No, it
I
didn't
know you were
roll
getting-
for me. It didn't roll
Oh.
for me, and
Well, I just know last time you were
Yeah.
getting screwed over by doing really good rolls, and then.
V she doesn't even look at the flag. She kind of goes over and looks at the sailor's arms, at his hands, and it's all it looks like something it almost whatever was on there kind of burned him a little bit.
Acid?
Blisters?
Kind of
oh yeah, that's not good.
Ouchie.
almost like an acid burn, but it kind of it went into his system real fast.
I gotta believe it's disease.
But it wasn't actually.
Driz, knowing that this guy's okay, looks over to Escalade like,
Hey, Big Escalade, help me bring this up.
and
Bring what up? The
the
flag?
flag, yeah. Driz is gonna, shimmy on down to that boat, assuming we evacuated all the crew members that were on that boat, right? We told them to get off. I assume they got off.
Well, where are they going to go? Into the dinghies?
Oh, back onto the boat. I meant the people who went to recover the flag. It wasn't just one.
Oh yeah. The two people. Yeah, they're.
Okay, I'll jump down, and I'm gonna, in one swift motion, grab the flag and try to throw the top part up to Escalade.
And
So
in the
would that be
process.
An athletics check?
Yeah.
Or are you telling me I have to do a disadvantage athletics check because in the process I got heckin'
Well,
busy?
Escalade catches the item. I guess even
If it's acid, I have resistance to acid. Just so you know.
as you pick this item up, you feel roll a 1d4 damage
Okay. Before I do the athletics check.
before you do the check. You
Of
take
course, I take 4 damage.
so you take
Well, hey, it's a 4.
you take 4 damage.
I guess that means it's not acid damage then.
Not acid damage.
And I got a 19 to throw the
And
top end up to him.
You do throw it to him.
You got a 23.
Escalade catches it. And what's your immunity or whatever, Escalade?
I have. Where is it? Divine health. I am immune to disease. It's a paladin ability. I believe level 5.
I want to make sure that this is not a disease.
3rd level. Sorry. 3rd level. Divine magic flowing through you makes you immune.
No,
to disease.
it's not a disease, so take 1d4 damage.
What the frick is this thing?
Not acid. I'm
If
thinking
it's
almost
not
gotta
acid,
be,
it's not disease.
it's almost got to be poison.
I'm guessing our druid doesn't have detect poison.
No, I only had the detect magic.
Yeah.
Well, seems like an oversight now.
Yeah, better change it. No, I'm just kidding.
No. Just I learned it's I would learn the school of magic if there was magic on it.
Yeah, I even went through Scotch's stuff, and she doesn't have anything to, like, for poison or anything. If that's what you guys are looking for. So you take 2 damage. And as soon as you pretty much take that damage from catching it, you quickly drop it.
Oh my god, can I catch it?
If you want to attempt to catch it, roll another athletics check.
Would it be an athletics check or would it be a dexterity save? I guess it'd be an
Why are you
athletics- or
trying
a
to catch it?
dexterity check. Well, because we need to.
Well,
know
it'd
the
be an.
school.
I guess
already
it,
threw it up to him.
I was assuming when he dropped it on the deck, not like
Yeah.
back off the
Oh,
boat.
yeah,
well,
yeah.
I
He
thought-
kind of just dropped
Yeah,
it.
well, you said as soon as he caught it, so he caught it over the edge. So I assumed he immediately dropped it over the edge. I'm sorry.
Okay. So you were trying to throw it off the boat.
Yeah, I was
He
on the little
caught it.
dinghy throwing it up to the boat, and you said he caught it.
Well, we'll say he
and
caught it.
almost
What
immediately dropped it.
we'll
No?
say it was onto the boat some, so it fell
Okay.
onto the boat.
Okay, perfect. So I can climb back up on the boat now.
So it's
And I'm probably blowing on the palms. Ouchie!
So at this point, does anybody have any idea what's on this thing?
Well, definitely not acid.
Not
Acid, don't do
not
this.
disease.
Shoves her hands in Rox's face.
And V, you didn't detect any magic on it,
I
correct?
didn't. Nope.
So are we thinking some form of poison?
Let's not have any other way at anything else.
You people know way more about things in the world than Driz do, so poison, I mean elephants, whatever.
We did just fight a poison dragon.
Yeah,
thank you for
this
the
might
follow.
have been his last
Switch.
feeding ground. If this was him though, then this not what we looking for. Although, you know, Umberly said she didn't see anything about what we're looking for. So, is the captain even telling us the whole truth? I don't know.
Well, the captain's story and Gorag's story seem to match.
Ah, yes, the Gorag man.
See, now that I brought Gorag back, you guys are mentioning him again.
Well, one of us probably would rather never mention him again. But
I know.
That wasn't. Nope. Nope. Okay, so yeah, I don't have anything else that I can look at or use to look at this flag. So
yeah, and I was trying to check, and it's like I have
I'll
the
be able
ability
to
to. I have the
after a
ability.
long
sorry.
rest.
I have the ability to look at, to have an herbalism kit and use it, but I don't have one. So
I have. Hold on. Let me see if I. I have a mess kit, which doesn't do anything.
Gotch doesn't have anything. She's got brewer supplies and tinker tools.
Yeah,
I
I
have
got
one
disguise
identifying
kit and
item.
thieves.
That
Rox looks at the captain and says, "Does anybody on here have an herbalism kit?"
He goes, you know, I might actually have something in my quarters. And he kind of
So I
walks.
Before I pursue this too far, I would think that with my proficiency with herbalism, I might be able to. Of course, I might be able to concoct something to combat poison, correct? Or maybe identify it.
Mm,
I haven't used this before, so I can be completely honest.
herbalism.
gonna do that.
Yeah, I've never actually done
Create
any.
create antitoxins and potions of healing.
Yeah, I mean, if he's got, and we can, I'll say, like, figure that there might be some stuff in there that you can actually work with. So the captain comes back and with like a box full of veils and kind of like some liquids and different flowers and petals. He goes, I had a crewmate at one time that left this on the boat, never came back for it. So if this could be of use, have at it. Hope.
So would that be a nature check?
It would actually be a no, it would be a proficient check in because you're proficient in herbalism, so it would be.
So just if it's just a standard proficiency check, I've got a +3 proficiency.
Yeah, it would just be a D20 plus 3, and then it would be on a DC table. Do you have a web page or something that you're looking at?
16.
Herbalism in a nutshell is kind of what I was looking at. Applying herbalism in game. You need some creativity creating formulas for magic items. For example, from our field guide, you may find Calcina is useful for medicine checks.
Well, you rolled. What did you ended up rolling at?
I rolled a 16.
So you were able to take whatever some of the items that were out of the the kit, and you were actually able to come up with an antioxidant type of concoction that might be able to almost like.
I'm gonna apply some to both Driz and Big's hands and see if it helps at all.
I don't need it. I'll just lay on hands myself.
Well, okay. Then I'll apply some to Drizzt. Not as much as needing it. I just want to see if it's effective before I go pour it on the.
Please, sir, can I have more? I mean,
As, as,
Please, sir, can I have some more?
as you kind of dump this on Driz, you definitely can see it feel the hands, and you almost see like, as you're doing that, you almost see like almost like a green smoke come off of it.
Okay, I'd say this was definitely the work of our dragon. And I take what I have left and try to find a couple of spots that would make good hand holds on it, basically, and kind of pour it on. It was like, if we need to move these, make sure you touch where I'm pouring this.
And you successfully do that.
And then I look up at the captain and I'm like, you mind if I keep the kit?
Yeah, all yours. I mean, you successfully used it. I mean, I've had no necessary needs for it. I mean, I'm glad I was able to hopefully fix or take care of whatever was going on here. But did you say that you actually think the dragon you just killed is what caused this ship to go down?
We took down a green dragon and it breathes out poisonous smoke. And that's almost exactly what that looked like when it was coming off Drizz's hands.
So, and then he kind of looks at you. He goes, "That really makes me wonder if that fixed, like that took care of our issue." And at that moment, you hear, like, you all hear that irritable, like, screech that
must
you
be
got
pseudo dragon.
that you guys recognize from the pseudo dragons.
Called it.
But this time, like you hear the screech, but you can definitely tell it's not the same screech that you guys heard the first time. And he Kill Switch, thank you for the subscription. And at that point, you actually see the pseudo dragon kind of come in, not at like a fast speed, but like he kind of like slowly lands on the deck of the boat. And he goes, and he like, he actually,
Cubby's like, what's my accent for this thing?
no, I was checking its languages,
Where am I?
actually.
Where am I in relation to this thing?
I mean, he's probably about 20 feet, like not like he's about 10-15 feet from, I'd say 15 feet.
Rocks,
from
knocks, an
everybody.
arrow.
He goes, no, like he actually kind of like puts his hands up. He's like no attack, no attack.
Yeah, Driz actually kind of stands between the pseudo dragon and the group, like,
Guys, chill.
Like you could definitely, like, he didn't say that, but you could definitely tell like he's not here for.
if Scotch was here, Scotch would be with Driz and getting the party to freaking chill out about killing the pseudo dragon. I know
Like
it.
you could
Rebecca,
definitely.
I know that's what you would do. I'm channeling you.
You could definitely see that, like he's.
So he's close enough.
You could definitely tell he's not
And he-
here. Like
we can
he's
tell
Not
he's
here to
alone?
fight, yeah.
he's
Oh
by
no, I'm.
he's by himself. He's not here to fight. Like he's. But you
So-
have to realize pseudo dragons don't actually speak. So like you could like he can like. So I'll give you that information that they don't actually speak.
However, I can talk to him. I have Draconic.
Now, Jester's spell, Jester, your spell for Braxius, is that takes a spell slot?
Well, it depends on which one we're doing.
The one where you can just comprehend any languages or whatever?
that one does not use a slot. No. But
Oh, that's a
But-
cantrip?
I also have comprehend languages, which is a cast.
Yeah,
But-
but if this thing doesn't have a language, you can't talk to it.
Yeah, if
he-
it doesn't have a language, then I can't. I'm neither one of those.
But that's the thing. If it doesn't speak Draconic, then knowing
well,
Draconic
we
isn't going to
know
help
for
either.
a fact
can
pseudo
try,
drag. Well,
or
I
just-
guess we don't know for a fact this pseudo dragon does, but we have had pseudo dragons talk to us in the past,
True.
Mhm.
so we know they do have a language, as far as we know, I guess.
So, but he just kind of like he cowers a little bit. Like he's like, you can tell he's not here to attack.
Just
So-
turns around, who's a good boy, and throws him a rock like it's a treat.
And he kind of like plays with it for a second and kind of pushes it back.
I knew you were a flying kitty.
Rocks is the arrow's still on the bow, kind of on the bowstring, but he's holding it with the same hand he's holding the bow, and he's not pointing it. He's just not.
And you could
He's-
definitely tell that
Just
he's
not putting
like,
it away.
you could definitely tell like the pseudo dragon kind of relaxes a little more. Like, and he's slowly like kind of inching his way towards you, but he still doesn't say anything.
Then Driz, after throwing the treat, like says to it, maybe a little bit too loud, "Do you know who we are?" But in primordial, so she's like,
He kind of just like cocks his head at you.
When he gets to within 10 feet of me, I need to know it.
"You're about to." pull
Can
scotch
you
on the-"
understand me as I'm?
And he kind of perks up a little bit. But how, like, and what are you speaking?
Draconic.
He kind of perks up and kind of looks at you.
Do you understand me then?
He kind of nods his head.
Can you help us? Do you know what's going on?
Kind of cocks his head to one side. And at this point, he's not moving. He's just kind of standing there, kind of almost like a bird, like perked up on a branch.
Do you know what happened here, or do you know what this all this debris is from?
He doesn't start speaking, but he kind of like tries to use his hands to, like, his body language to kind of show the kind of almost like a charades type of deal, where he's like he tries to make himself real big, but I mean, being the size that he is, definitely doesn't, he can't do it, but he tries to make himself look a lot bigger than he is, and he kind of shoots at, like, he starts shooting out spit, because he doesn't shoot anything else out. I mean, he doesn't have,
Big dragon.
and
Adult dragon.
he kind of starts nodding his head. And he kind of looks at you, and he kind of puts his hands to his head, and he kind of like yeah, he kind of takes his, like, the hands that he has and kind of puts them towards his head, and he kind of keeps imitating the dragon to his head.
Telepathic. Like you talk with your heads, like through.
And he kind of shakes his head, like telling you no.
No.
He just kind of keeps doing that, like he
One big hive mind.
So what he does is he kind of puts an image into your head, and he kind of shows that the dragon controlled the pseudo dragons.
So. How to train
And
dragon.
now that the dragon's dead, they were freed from that control.
How to Train Your Dragon.
I don't understand what even. Kinda, I guess.
This is out of character. Like, and
I've still never seen How to Train Your Dragon.
our kids would love it.
What?
But
I
it's,
hear it's amazing. I mean,
Yeah,
that
the-
and, like,
the
Frozen
third-
I've never seen either. So.
the second one they discover a huge cave and it's just
Oh,
one
okay.
big
I
dragon.
got you now. The alpha dragon is what
Yeah.
controls all the other
Yeah.
dragons.
Yep. So I assume that's what you're going after.
Kinda. Not well, kinda. Yeah.
Okay, so you're all free to do as you please now, or
He kinda nods his head. And he kinda shows you it like an image of the dragon attacking with the pseudo dragons, and like the pseudo dragons were like the minions and attacked and killed the human, like most of the crew, and they carried the humans off to wherever they went. And
hey guys, think our problem has been solved for the most part. That dragon we fought, it was like a hive mind for all these pseudo dragons, and they are now free. So he's not here to kill us. He's on his own. Apparently, whatever of the little minions, as he apparently called them, is they're all free. So
then he kind of does like a bow and just kind of flies off.
I assume he thanked us for freeing them.
Didn't even leave us a prize. What the hell? All we're getting for thanks today are freaking thanks.
Rox looks back at the captain and says, "I think we can safely sail to your final destination now."
Westward we go.
It's the final countdown.
So so
trying to
you
play that in high school. No.
so you guys travel. So pretty much
Suddenly
you.
have pictures of Job Bluth walking around.
Yep,
doing
that's
Yes.
exactly what I have.
So he goes. We're gonna go westward, and he gets the crew put together, and you guys start. He goes, for if your pseudo dragon friend is correct, then you shall get what you shall receive. For pretty much taking care of the issue that I literally have brought you here to take care of.
And if not, I have a feeling that taking out part of what was doing this might call out whatever else is out there.
But unless something happens in our journeys west, I have, like, to what you're saying, I now owe you your final payment. And he kind of looks at you and he goes, and I understand you do not have, you have other journeys
Do we?
ahead of you.
Well, I think there's a necromancer we all
We
would
have
like
that
to
that
see.
we still have. We do have the necromancer
It is
still.
Columbus.
So, out of character, is this like officially the nail in the coffin? Okay, yeah.
No.
No.
I figured as much. This wasn't
No.
actually it.
Yeah, but like Rox was saying, the fact that we've done damage to this whole thing, if there's another one out there, we're likely to call it down upon us now.
But you also have to remember from when we first started that you guys are directing how this goes. Even if you finish off one thing, there's multiple things that can continue the storyline. Like
Yeah, I mean, I just was curious if we found the specific thing for this specific quest, because like we can, keep going however we want to go because we still
Yeah.
have, you know, Rox's necromancer out there or whatever.
We
But
have-
I wasn't sure if this is actually because I'd like to stop fishing for information about this. If this is actually the end, or if it's not
if-
actually the end, then
If that's where you're going, yes. I mean, I was actually kind of I was hoping you weren't going to kill a dragon and actually like do something else with it, and then
Okay.
keep that going out a little longer because I wasn't planning on
Right.
having you guys fight it last session, but
Right.
it happened and it killed it. So officially, with you guys figuring out the pseudo dragons have officially been released from control. The dragon is what was controlling the pseudo dragons. The dragon is what was causing the issue. That is it. So that's kind of the end of that quest line, I guess you could say. So now we have the necromancer. We can bring in something from V's background or a little more from your background
right, yeah, my genie daddy.
or something of that
Yeah, I
matter.
just wanted to make sure because I know that we have wasted a lot of time in past streams barking up the wrong tree, like asking for the same information over and over again. So I just want to make sure
Rox is
that
just
we're not
very
gonna
thorough.
do that.
And thank you for those 100
Yeah.
bits, Chester.
Thorough, anal, you know, potato, potato.
So, but yeah, so it pretty much, like Killswitch said, it kind of finishes one chapter.
Perfect.
But
Yeah,
we're-
like I said, I just wanted to make sure that we don't try to keep asking people about this shipwreck when we already resolved it.
Yeah. So,
Right.
but yes, that pretty much officially ends.
I know that's a little metagaming, but
but yeah,
No,
I
it
mean,
makes sense.
it's a long campaign, guys. We got a lot of other stuff we're gonna do.
and we can make it last as long as we want it to last. I mean, there's officially we have what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 characters that we can work stories into. So, we did a lot with finding Escalade's brother. That kind of went missing.
That was a little bit of a leak.
That was so we kind of had that happen, but in the same process, it kind of
And
connected.
we gotta re-resolve Rox's story.
And we still have-
after offline discussions.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. No. I just like I said, I
So-
just like wanted to kind of metagame a little, just make sure that quest in particular
Yeah.
is done.
Yeah, so the quest
So-
we were initially brought together to resolve has been resolved, but we have run across other
It
things. that
only
have been
took
stuck.
us almost literally a year.
It took us about 7 months.
We started this. What was our first session? Like April. something?
April.
I don't know
I
what
think.
you're talking about. I joined and then like 4 sessions later.
Jester over here, like, yeah, you're welcome, guys. I come in and this just
Mic
sits
drop.
in.
Well, did you say you just watched Moana? What can I say except you're welcome?
Well, you gotta figure it took about 6 months. I mean, because we started at the end of April, beginning of May, and it's now about 7 months.
I mean,
But that's also
as far
with
as time-wise.
yeah.
But
So
no, we definitely started last week of March, first week of April, because I distinctively remember driving during our first session.
Yes, you did. Yeah.
But yeah, no. Well, when you think about it, we only play every other week, and then we miss a lot of weeks.
Yeah.
So ultimately, we've probably played for maybe a month solid, all our sessions combined.
everything combined, yeah. So
Anyway,
but I think that would be a good spot to finish. I think I'll have like next session, which officially we're gonna say won't be until the new year. Next week we have a special holiday episode we are going to do. We have Drizz's boyfriend, Nymphomel's boyfriend, will be our DM next week.
Wait,
So
Driz has a boyfriend?
yeah, can we just like totally
If
comment
Driz is a
on how the
boyfriend,
fact
it's a little
that...
model like made out of mud, like in on
Can
the
we
corner.
like talk about how the fact that Drizz's first kiss was totally skipped over, trying to give the breath of life to Braxius, and Drizz has never kissed a boy before.
but you were trying to save his life. I'm sure you've done mouth to mouth on other guys to save a life, so it's not really a kiss.
Yeah, probably
So-
does know that CPR.
So, but yeah, next week's session, Nymphomel's boyfriend will be our DM. He's gonna do a special holiday one shot. So he'll be DMing that, allowing me to play. Big will be there. Fantasy Geek.
All of us except
Just
for AZ.
AZ and Nymphimo won't be there actually.
No, yeah, AZ and Minika won't be there.
Minika
I
won't
will
be
be
there.
there.
I was gonna say, Nefamel better be there.
Nymphimo will be there. Sorry.
Contracted my boyfriend out to you guys. I'm not gonna actually play.
But we
I don't
will
want to actually play with that guy.
we will be adding a couple special guests in Sammy Critfeld and
Uric Bloodwolf,
Jurek Bloodwolf, who made
our two top donors during
that
D&D
have
throughout the
been
year
here.
of 2020.
Yes, so they will be making guest appearances next week with our one shot. So please, that will actually, if everything's right, we will be starting that an hour earlier next week, but that has not been officially decided yet. So we will be we'll be doing that next week, and then the next session for this won't be until the new year. They'll give everybody that week off between the holidays and whatnot for what they have going on and all that. But to end our night, Rocks, where can everybody find you?
Well, you can find me at AZ Rockslide and here on the Good for Gaming channels on Thursdays. Assuming I'm up to it, which there's some stuff going on in my life right now that may not be, but assuming I'm up to it, I believe we're going to have Big and I back in Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Fantasy Geek.
You can find me on my I haven't streamed, I'll be honest. I've been taking some mental health and just been doing a lot of Netflix watching. But you can find me on my channel when I decide to stream, usually after 9 o'clock when the kids go to bed. You can find me on Twitter. I also run the G4G Instagram if you guys have that. And then otherwise on Tuesdays when we're not doing this, I am on here. So
Big.
So I am Big FDO. I'm normally every other Friday on the G4G channel. Last Friday I had some health issues prevented me from streaming. Next week, I'm at this point scheduled to do Christmas stream for probably 8 hours for Extra Life.
Oh, nice!
See
You
if
do
that
call it
happens.
Christmas, don't you?
I'm not 100% sure yet. As AZ said, we may be playing Wildlands tomorrow.
Thursday.
We do that Thursday. We usually do that every other Thursday. And then I do stream on my channel, but it's been kind of hit or miss. I'm trying to put a schedule in for after the first of the year, but we'll see how that goes. So that's it.
Nymphimo.
Oh, me. So, sorry guys, I actually do have a few announcements to make. So I'm Nefamel. You can find me on my own channel. I finally have gotten back to streaming on my own channel, and I did get back to streaming on Sundays on Good for Gaming officially this week. So I should be here on Sundays. I also will be on Friday, not here, but if you guys are okay, could we get a shout out for One Up on Cancer? Because One Up on Cancer, which is not our charity this quarter, our charity is Extra Life, and you guys should definitely donate it because our team is so close to the top 10.
We are in the
I
top
think
10.
we hit the top 10.
We did. Oh, we
Yes.
did. Never mind then. So we did hit the top 10. Keep us in the top 10 by donating to Extra Life. But One Up on Cancer was our charity last quarter, and this weekend we are doing the Winter Wishes event. I will be on Friday, but it's going Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So please stop by the One Up on Cancer channel if you can this weekend. I'll be playing RimWorld for it, and yeah. Other than that, find me on twitch.tv/Nefamel, Twitter Nefamel TV, because some other person has Nefamel from forever ago. But thank you.
Let's go to Jester.
Hey, you can find me at Jester.
Oh wait. Oh
Oop,
shoot.
go ahead.
Jester.
Go ahead.
I did want to remind people, if you are a member of the Good for Gaming community, there are only 5 days left to submit. We are doing a mental health kind of PSA to try and, liven people's spirits, remind people out there that they're not alone. So all we're asking is that if you have, mental health issues that you've had to deal with in your life, you can tell a little story about it. Or if you just want to include a video where you're just like, you got this, bud, you're not alone. Please check our Discord. You can find all the information on there. I'm trying to run this. I'd really love more entries, so please go out there, let people know that you care about them, because as much as they think they might know it, they don't really know it until they hear it from you. So it's very important.
Go ahead, Jester.
Sorry, Jester.
All right, so Jester8082, you can find me here on Twitch, and that's pretty much all my stuff. So Twitter, everywhere. Yeah.
And I am Cubby Blue for Life. I can be found at Cubby Blue for Life here on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, the whole shebang, everywhere that you pretty much can find me at. I am the Tuesday, supposed to be every other Tuesday here on the Good for Gaming channel. And it is one of those things that I don't know. I don't know what I was gonna say. But to kind of go along with what Driz was saying with the Good for Gaming community, if you are a part of the Good for Gaming community, we do have a forum out right now on the Discord that we are putting together. And I was just getting to that too. Putting our responses together for our next year's events. So we're
everyone's input is
everyone's
welcome.
input is welcome. Yes. So if you are looking at getting active within our community, that would be how to do it.
Not even just active or something that you'd like a charity you'd like to see our community support. Even if
Yeah.
it's not just
Anything.
you, if you want us to support a charity,
come in and let us know.
Yeah, and while we're planning our 4 major ones, as we've shown this year, we do others as well. We did one for Color.
Yep.
For
We
Change.
did
We did one for Stack Up. We did
Checkpoint
one.
was our first quarter. Able Gamers was our second quarter. One Up on Cancer was our third quarter, and we're in fourth quarter, which is Extra Life.
And then we had a couple of one-offs where we did one for Color of Change and we did one for Stack Up.
Yeah.
So we do more than even just the quarters.
So and normally when we do those quarterly events, we'll find a weekend that works for everybody,
or as many people as
possible. For as many people as possible, and then we will fill in 4-hour slots. So you'll go from 10 to 2, 2 to 6, 6 to 10.
And that's for anybody who wants to stream from a PC. Unfortunately, you need to use OBS or XSplit or something like that. You can't do it from consoles, but everybody is welcome to participate in our charity events. I cannot stress that enough.
Yes.
So many people think they cannot be a part of our charity events because they're not active in the community or whatever. Literally everybody is allowed to participate. So
yeah,
we've definitely had
a charity,
some newcomers this year.
Yeah, and if you back a charity that we're doing an event for, we've had people come and help support us for our Stack Up event who were not and didn't really join into Good for Gaming, but because they either A, were already in support of Stack Up, or B, were veterans who heard about Stack Up and went, oh, I want to be a part of this. Yeah, we would like you to join us for Good for Gaming and become a part of the community. But if that's not really for you, that's fine. But if the charity means something to you, by all means, join us.
Yeah, we definitely added a few veterans for that Stack Up event. A couple of them were actually in the Good for Gaming community before that. They're not active there. So
was Centurion one of them?
No, Chaotic Azen.
Okay.
I grew up with him.
Fantasy actually personally knows him, so when we told him that we were doing it, he was all for it.
That's so
fun. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this week's game. Next week's next session will be, like I said, our game won't be until
2021.
Yeah, it should be the 5th. January 5th should be the next game. Me and Fantasy will figure out the schedule and kind of maybe we'll just start that first week and then get back on our normal every other week schedule.
And we should all be back to full force
Yeah.
by then.
Hopefully hopefully Min is back at full force for us, and
Which I
we'll-
did give a shout out for Menica
Yeah.
Plays,
Menica-
and then being our other one.
Menica Plays. She is our Buttercat. She does play a lot of independent games, or not independent games.
So. Yeah, indie.
Indie style games.
She's also been getting back into World of Warcraft, as the
Mhm.
shout out command will show.
And posts lots of pictures of her cat.
and her cat on Twitter. So we do want to give her a little
Nothing. She just couldn't make it this week.
She's okay.
yeah.
Nothing's wrong. Don't worry.
So, but that's gonna be it for this week. You guys have a wonderful week, and
Who are we rating?
Able Gamers is streaming right now. We
Also,
got
Pirate Show's streaming.
Logic Slayer, Mocha Jones, Miss Bronco, who's I believe a part of our community,
Yeah,
She
Mrs.
is.
B
She is.
Afro Harrison, Newfie.
Mocha Jones.
I'll go to wherever you guys want to go. I'm okay with whatever.
Let's go with Logic Slayer. He's got fewer viewers, so
He's playing poker.
let's go
He-
show him some love. Ah, well,
Poker
I
Club.
guess he is just playing poker.
He's just playing Poker Club.
Uh,
And I tend to go to him a lot. I wanna
oh,
bring
I
it.
was gonna suggest this deaf streamer who does a lot of work with One Up on Cancer.
Then go ahead, put it in.
Avatar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Avaltor.
Yeah, go for it.
Let's do that then. Oh yeah.
So, yeah, so next week will be that
They
one.
are a really cool streamer. They are not a he, she, or whatever. They are they. Just so you guys know before going in.
But that one shot will take place next week. If you're not, it will be making
It's
sure
gonna be fun. We are so stoked.
it'll be definitely interesting from the characters
I
that
hope
we
you get
have
to listen
made.
in.
I mean, Cubby's
So-
pretty hyped. Big's pretty hyped. Jester just got in on the conversation today.
I'm gonna
Oh,
play a
that's
drunken rogue. So
Oh,
It'll be
is your
fun.
character drunken? I can't see any backstories or anything, so.
I haven't
It's
done
gonna
a
be fun.
backstory yet, but he's gonna be. He'll definitely be. He's good. I'm considering a drunken rogue.
Cubby, tease us to your character's drunken rogue voice.
I don't have one right now, honestly.
What?
I
That's the
can't.
worst teaser I ever heard.
I can't do it. I don't have one. But
Sure you can.
what do you do with a drunken rogue?
So early in the morning.
Yo ho, what's yo ho, what's it?
All right. Well,
Oh, Sammy, we're leaving now.
I know, Sammy. What the frick? Where were you, man? I'm just
We
kidding.
talked about you though.
Yeah, we talked so much shit about you. No, I'm just kidding.
But, all right, you guys have a wonderful night, and we will catch you guys next week, which
Bye.
Sammy will be in, by the way.
Sammy's gonna be one of our players.
Bye.
I guess I should do this. It's probably over there. Sorry, I kind of